Struggling to pay bills, a single dad decides to rent out his spare room. He doesn't expect much when a quiet college girl knocks at his door. She's polite, respectful, and offers rent in advance, which surprises him. He assumes she's just another student trying to live cheaply. Little does he know the girl is hiding a huge secret. As he shows her the small, cozy room, he feels relieved that someone finally agreed to stay. He doesn't realize that letting her in will change his and his daughter's life forever. The girl moves in with only a couple of suitcases. She greets the single dad's young daughter warmly, instantly winning her trust. The little girl is excited to have someone new in the house, treating her like an older sister. The dad, however, feels awkward. He's used to quiet evenings with just his daughter, and suddenly there's a stranger at the dinner table. The tenant offers to help with chores, making an effort to fit in. The dad wonders why she seems so humble, not knowing she's far from an ordinary student. Though she dresses modestly, small signs of her true identity begin to slip through. She accidentally leaves a designer scarf draped on a chair, and her phone, clearly the latest luxury model, rings during dinner. The dad doesn't think much of it at first, assuming her parents must spoil her a little, but when she nervously hides her expensive things, he notices her discomfort. She wants to experience normal life, free of wealth and bodyguards. The girl carefully tucks away her branded belongings in her suitcase, determined to protect her secret and live like any other student. The single dad's daughter quickly forms a strong bond with the tenant. She loves listening to her stories, asking for help with homework, and even insisting she sit with them during bedtime reading. The tenant feels a warmth she hasn't known in years. Growing up in a mansion surrounded by staff, she rarely experienced genuine affection. The little girl's innocent trust touches her heart deeply. The single dad notices how happy his daughter is, and though he's cautious, he starts to feel grateful for the positive influence this girl is bringing into their lives. The single dad, however, remains protective. He sets strict house rules: no late-night visitors, no unnecessary spending, and respect for privacy. The girl nods obediently, hiding her smile. She's used to controlling parents, but his rules feel strangely comforting, almost like a normal father-daughter relationship. The daughter protests, saying her new friend doesn't need rules because she's good. The dad insists, his tone firm. Deep down, he just wants to protect his child from disappointment or harm. What he doesn't realize is that his new tenant doesn't need protection. She's the one destined to protect them. One evening during dinner, the girl unknowingly reveals her knowledge about luxury wines and international cuisines, details no ordinary student would casually know. The dad raises an eyebrow, wondering where she learned such things. She quickly covers it up, saying she read about it in a book. His suspicion grows, but he doesn't press further. Meanwhile, his daughter listens in awe, believing her new big sister is the smartest person ever. The girl realizes she must be more careful, but her background keeps slipping through, threatening to expose the life she is desperately trying to hide. At school, the single dad's daughter faces trouble when older kids start teasing her. The tenant arrives just in time and steps in with courage and kindness. She calmly but firmly tells the bullies to back off, surprising everyone. The younger girl beams with pride, calling her the best big sister ever. When the dad hears what happened, he's conflicted, grateful she defended his daughter, but also wondering why she seems so mature, confident and fearless for a mere student. For the girl, it feels natural. This is the kind of family bond she's always longed for. The dad's suspicions continue to grow. Why would a girl like her, polite, refined, and clearly from a wealthy background, choose to live in his modest home instead of a comfortable dorm or apartment? He begins quietly observing her behavior, noticing how she avoids talking about her family. She, on the other hand, senses his doubts but stays silent, afraid the truth will push him to send her away. For now, she clings to the warmth of their small family life, desperately hoping her secret won't come out before she's ready. One evening, as the dad comes home from work, he catches sight of his tenant stepping out of a sleek black luxury car. She looks nervous, quickly telling the chauffeur to leave before anyone notices. The dad freezes, stunned. He knows no ordinary student gets picked up in such cars. Later at dinner, he casually asks how she got home, and she lies, saying she took the bus. His doubts solidify. Something about this girl doesn't add up. But instead of confronting her, he decides to wait and watch, hoping she'll eventually tell him the truth herself. Unable to hold back, the dad finally confronts her. "Who dropped you off in that car?" he asks firmly. The girl panics, fumbling for words. She admits the car belonged to a family friend, but refuses to go into detail. His frustration grows. Why can't she just tell the truth? His daughter, sensing the tension, innocently asks if they're fighting. The girl quickly changes the subject, helping with dishes to avoid more questions. The dad watches her closely. His instincts tell him there's more to this young woman than she wants to reveal. The truth finally slips out when her wealthy father calls during dinner. His angry voice booms through the speaker, addressing her by name and demanding she come home immediately. The dad and his daughter stare in shock. The girl breaks down, confessing she is the only daughter of one of the richest businessmen in the city. She ran away to live like a normal student, away from guards, maids, and suffocating rules. The dad feels betrayed, but his daughter hugs the girl, saying, "You're still my big sister." The revelation changes everything in their household. The single dad struggles with the truth. Their lives are worlds apart. He works long hours to pay bills, while her family owns companies worth millions. He feels insecure, convinced she doesn't belong in his modest home. Yet when he sees how she patiently helps his daughter with homework and laughs during dinner, his doubts soften. The girl insists she doesn't want wealth, only freedom and family. The dad wants to believe her, but deep inside, he fears her real world will come crashing into theirs and destroy the fragile happiness they've built together. Late one night, the girl confides in the little daughter about her life in a mansion, lonely halls, absent parents and servants who treated her like a princess, but never a child. The younger girl listens wide-eyed and simply says, "That sounds sad. I like you better here." Her innocent words bring tears to the tenant's eyes. For the first time, she feels seen for who she really is, not for her family name. The dad overhears this conversation from the hallway, realizing that his daughter's acceptance might be stronger than all his doubts. Days pass, and the bond between the three grows stronger. The girl cooks with them, studies late into the night, and even joins them on weekend outings. The dad finds himself smiling more, enjoying her presence even as he tries to remind himself she's temporary. The girl feels like she's finally living the life she always dreamed of, a real home filled with love. Their ordinary moments, sharing ice cream, helping with chores, laughing at silly jokes, mean more to her than all the wealth she left behind. For once, she feels truly at peace. At college, a classmate notices her expensive phone and designer shoes. Rumors spread quickly. How can a girl renting a small room in a poor neighborhood afford such things? The classmate investigates and uncovers her real identity. Out of jealousy, they threaten to expose her secret to everyone. Terrified, she hides the situation from the single dad, not wanting to cause trouble. But soon whispers reach him too, fueling his worry. He begins to wonder if letting her stay under his roof is bringing danger into his daughter's life. When the single dad's daughter is teased again at school, the millionaire's daughter doesn't hold back this time. She confronts the bullies in front of everyone, speaking with such authority and confidence that they back down instantly. Rumors of her hidden power spread, but the little girl feels proud and safe. At home, the dad thanks her, but warns that her true identity might make them bigger targets. She promises she'll never let harm come to his daughter. Her determination softens his heart. He realizes she isn't just a tenant anymore. She's family. Despite the bond they share, the dad's fear grows stronger. What if her wealthy family discovers where she's living? Will they accuse him of taking advantage of her? Will they tear her away, leaving his daughter heartbroken? Late at night, he considers asking her to leave for everyone's safety, but when he sees his daughter sleeping peacefully with the tenant's hand gently resting over hers, he can't bring himself to say it. For the first time, he admits to himself that he doesn't want her to leave either. The storm finally arrives. Her father, a powerful millionaire, tracks her down and storms into the single dad's modest home. His sharp eyes scan the tiny living room, filled with toys and second-hand furniture. and he sneers. He accuses the dad of exploiting his daughter. The girl defends him fiercely, saying it was her choice to live there. The confrontation is tense, the atmosphere thick with anger. The single dad stands his ground, refusing to let anyone insult his daughter or his home. For the first time, two worlds collide under one fragile roof. Amid the heated argument, the girl's father finally notices something. His daughter is smiling. Not the fake smile she wore at galas, but a real one. He watches how she interacts with the little girl and the single dad, laughing freely. It dawns on him that she has found the love and belonging his mansion never gave her. Slowly, his anger softens. He begins to see the man not as a threat, but as someone who unknowingly gave his daughter a chance to live, breathe, and be truly happy for once. The millionaire reluctantly agrees to let his daughter continue living with the single dad, though with conditions to ensure her safety. The girl is overjoyed, hugging both her father and her new family. Life slowly returns to normal, but with new understanding. The dad realizes their bond is unbreakable, regardless of wealth or status. His daughter declares, "We're a family now." The girl smiles, finally feeling like she belongs somewhere. For the single dad, it's not just about survival anymore, it's about hope, trust, and the beginning of a new chapter they'll face together.